yo, it's Heavy Haul HQ. Rolling with the crew, moving those big loads. Yeah, you know how we do. We got the ribs, the power of the mic. From dawn to dusk, we own the night. Oversized loads ain't nothing but a thing. Got the trailer stretched out, feel the metal sing.
Welcome back to Heavy Haul HQ. We have a special surprise today. Fontaine just delivered 2 new trailers, and these are the trailers that I was going to show you all about that have the new features on them. So I told you all to stand by. First of the year, we'll have trailers on the lot with new features, and they're pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie, these are some pretty amazing features. It won't take me terrible long to run down all the new stuff that Fontaine's got on it here, but they're impressive. I like them a lot. So let's dive right in. Let's start off by introducing this trailer. This is the Fontaine Magnitude series. And this one is a 60 LCC. The LCC, you can kind of remember, low, close, couple. So it's made to run 4 in a row. Low is an indicator for that lower deck height. So this one has an 18-inch loaded deck height, 8.5 wide, 26 foot in the well, but there is options for a longer well. And the first thing you'll notice is a strapped neck. So you see this big piece of extra metal on the lower flange. That makes the neck a little stronger. And what they've done along with that is bigger lugs. It appears to be about 1.25 inches or better, so it's a bigger lug, which allows you to have the ability to put a 3-foot flip box on the front of this trailer. So that's the first thing you'll notice that is really impressive about it. These come standard with flip ramps in the front. And then over the last year, you've started to notice they have keyhole tie-downs down the entire side. These do accept up to a 1/2 inch chain, which is kind of industry standard for heavy haul. And they fit that down in there. Of course, they have all the normal options. Our dealership over here at TM Trailer Sales stocks them with the extra light package, which gives you on the 55H, 60 LCC and the 55LC, it gives you little button lights. On some of the MX series, which is the extendable trailer, it gives you a 2.5 inch, but there's 7 extra sets of lights down the side, and all your normal stuff like outriggers, swing out outriggers. Last few things that is kind of standard that we've been seeing over the last few years is the 2 lockable toolboxes in the front here. When we take this little pin out, you'll see that they have high quality perforated steel down there, not expanded metal. So you're not gonna like drop your binders in there and get them stuck. This one does have the 3 hydraulic cylinders in the neck, 3 hydraulic rams. And then it has the dual cam pawls to give you 7 adjustable ride height settings. Those cam pawls will meet down into this casting rack and kind of ratchet. As you flip this over, it'll lock down in there to give you your ride height. So you got the little handle here. But obviously full hydraulic neck, you still have your frame jack cylinders up underneath. And then now scrambling around to the back, the 60 LCC is standard with a hammer plate back here. More perforated steel below of it, so you could use that as kind of like a cubby storage. And then more D-rings right there. So there's 4 D-rings in the back. We order these with chain up first axles. And we've been getting a lot of requests for this material, and we do sell this material from another vendor. And so you have a bit of chain here, and it also acts as a limiter. You have 2 shutoff valves, one on this bag, one on that bag. So when you dump your suspension, all you gotta do is pull that a little tighter, and you can get that first axle off the ground. So So that way when you're going down the road, you really would only be having to drive with that center axle down if you're completely empty, and that's fine. And then on that last axle, it'll be an airlift. Airlift third axle. The new feature, other new feature, let me get to a point where I can show you, is a low boom trough. So you can see where it's cut out all the way through. And I'll probably be able to show you better from the back. Be careful where you say that at. All right, next thing you'll notice is on the bolsters, which is these two pedestals, some people call them a pedestal or a bolster, you have cutouts, which is an additional keyhole tie down. And you'll see these bolt holes, they are threaded. So this is for the new option, which is bolt-on wheel covers. So load-bearing wheel covers that can be bolted on. Same thing on the top of your little riser ramps here. All right, next thing, you still have your whittle valve. So this will mechanically change the position of your ride height control or your leveling valve, whatever you want to call it. And so if I jump on the other side of that whittle valve, that blue valve right there is your leveling valve, and you can see it has a little slide system right there. So it mechanically changes that, which will allow it to request or deny air to the suspension, which will get you up higher or lower. But you'll remember everything that's in this panel used to be in the far back. You used to have a lift axle valve on this side and then a dump valve on that side. All that's been moved. So now when you have a pin-on axle back here, you don't have to climb over and try to reach down in here. All that has been moved to the first bolster. So you have your push-pull valve for the lift axle. I pulled that, and it's going to lift that last axle in the air. I don't have much air on the trailer right now, so I don't know if it's going to get up real high, but it gets up real high with the new Ridewell suspension. You have, so we can drop that back down, push in to lower the lift axle. Next thing you have here is your strobe lights. So you still got the battery powered strobes. So when you hit that switch, even if you're disconnected from the trailer, you'll still have strobe lights. So if your neck is detached from the trailer, you'll still have all that. Boom, boom, boom. Turn those back off. I forgot those on one night, and we don't want a repeat of that. All right, this next one is push for HCV, which is height control valve. But when you pull it out, it bypasses height control, which allows you to raise or overfill the bags this way. So it's very similar to other systems, and like a system that I put on a lot of trailers in our shop on older trailers. So that thing is fantastic. Really like that a lot. And then there's another thing that's just a small quality of life change that I'm about to show you that I personally requested for a really long time, and I really appreciate Taylor and the guys and girls over at Fontaine hearing me out and listening. Let me flip you around and I'll show you that. It's these little brackets right here. These will allow you to put an oversized load sign on just by putting square tube down in here, and you can make your own oversized load sign because this trailer really, by the time it goes down the road, has to have that. And so I always would just weld these on, no big deal. But when I had a Lamborghini green one, like I do way over there, or a Viper red one, or a Lamborghini blue, or the purple, then I have to color match paint after I weld that on. So now from the factory, we'll have all that welded on. Then you can see the cutout in the back where that just kind of extends through. Golly, the list is kind of long. You'll see a bar here. This is the same bar that allows, well, it appears to be the same bar that allows the hydraulic flip axle. If you have a hydraulic flip axle from the factory pinned on here, the control handles will be down in this bolster. So you can see they've got it cut out, ready for that plate right in here. And then your hydraulic controls will be here. You'll have a one handle spool valve. Watch back on some of my short videos, and I show that in action recently. And so that is where the cylinder would go. All those features are actually really cool. So fundamentally, a lot of these are just quality of life changes. The neck change is good because you'll actually be able to use that and like get more out of it. A lot of it's just going to keep you more efficient when you're running down the road and hauling excavators and all the types of loads that y'all always have. A lot of these options are game changing though, and what's even more game changing is knowing that Fontaine is listening to the customer and really taking steps in the right direction to get the customer and end user what they need. They've heard what the pain points are for the customers. They've heard us over at the dealerships, specifically our dealership, explain to them the different problems that customers are facing, and they've taken steps to resolve that. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you need help with your parts, sales, or service, if you're needing a trailer or service on your trailer, give us a call. Easy number, 888-LOWBOY1. You can follow the link in my bio and it'll take you there as well. All this stuff will be down in the description, and so you can go look down in the description, and then we'll see you soon. Hope you have safe travels.
It's Heavy Haul HQ, rolling with the crew, moving those big loads. Yeah, you know how we do. We got the ribs, the power and the mic. From dawn to dusk, we own the night. Oversized loads ain't nothing but a thing. Got the trailer stretched out, feel the metal sing. Trucks on the highway, flexing the muscle. Heavy Haul Nation, we hustle.